Hi guys, Stanislavski the Whiskey guy here. This video is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one. It's a very important video. It's very educational. And I think if you buy drinks in Nigeria, if you sell drinks in Nigeria, this video is going to be very, very useful for you. I mean, it's no longer news that in Nigeria we've had this problem of fake alcoholic drinks all over the place. And usually during festive periods like the Dirty December period, on social media you basically hear people ranting and complaining on different threads about how they bought fake drinks and how they were poisoned and things like that. So I thought, okay, I mean, for someone who makes a lot of content around whiskey and drinks, alcohol in general, why don't I spend some time actually creating some content that speaks to this concern, fake drinks in the market, so that people can be a bit more informed about what they are drinking and what they are purchasing. Okay, so this idea came to me when someone reached out to me and informed me that he had purchased a fake bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. I asked this gentleman to send me the bottle. The bottle was sent to me, and being a Johnny Walker Blue fan myself, I actually had a bottle uh, already with me at home, and the plan was for me to compare them and see if this was indeed fake or not. So from the visuals, from looking at the bottles, these are the two bottles by the way, after full inspection, they were identical exactly. I mean, I was confused that if this is fake, then we're in problem. Except for the serial bottle number there, which is different. Pretty much everything here is as close to perfection as possible. They look exactly, almost 100% identical. My bottle, which you can see is almost finished, pretty much has my name engraved in it because I'm vain like that. So I had my name engraved in that, Stanislavski. That obviously won't have that. I also did a close inspection of the cases. Also, my case is engraved and it also has drinkmatter.ng on it where I purchased it. But the other one, I mean, after the close inspection, they were pretty much identical. The batch number on the back of the bottle and the batch number on the back of the case aligned for both drinks. So normally when you buy drinks like this, there's usually a batch number on the case, not in all cases. And on the bottle, you always need to ensure that the batch numbers align. If they don't align, then there's a problem. Two different bottles, three different drinks, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 100 of them could have exactly the same batch number. Doesn't mean that it's fake, but that's another story. I will probably get there later. So after visual inspection of the bottle, 100% pretty much the same thing. Looking at the case, exactly the same thing. The batch numbers were all in sync. The next thing to do was to test those bottles and to test the liquid. So I mean, I obviously know what Johnny Walker Blue tastes like. So even though I've already gone through this process, I'm just going to go through it one more time, just for the sake of the camera and for you, the audiences. What I did was pour a bit of this and also a tiny, weeny bit of this as well. And looking at both of them, pretty much identical in color. So the look test passed. Nosing the original on paper and the pretty much the same nose as well. So when I drink this, okay, that's the Johnny Walker I know, the blue. Yeah, pretty much identical in reality. So what went wrong? Why did this gentleman suddenly assume the bottle he bought was fake? But upon visual representation and visual inspection and also tasting and nosing the Johnny Walkers, it aligns directly with the one I have at home. So yeah, to me, both drinks are authentic. So what exactly is wrong? why is this guy, why was this guy concerned? So apparently this gentleman had bought another bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, and when that one came in, the batch number on the bottle and the batch number on the case were totally different. First and foremost, if that happens, then do not even attempt to take that drink at all. Those numbers should always match. For instance, if you look behind here, I don't know if you're able to see it, the number here ends with 246. And when we inspect the case as well, that number also ends with 246. Not sure if you can see it. And that also goes for the other bottle as well. But I mean, obviously different batches. This one ends with 279 and the case also ends with 279. But if the two bottles, if the bottle and the case don't match, that automatically is a red flag. You need to avoid that drink. Do not attempt to drink it. So apparently this guy had bought a bottle of Johnny Walker, and upon inspection, he noticed that the serial numbers on the bottle and the case did not align. So he ordered for another Johnny Walker from another source, and when that was delivered, the number on the case and the number on the bottle aligned. The same batch number that was written on the box of the original also aligned with the same batch number on the case of the fake. So when this new bottle was delivered to him, he automatically assumed that it was fake. So first and foremost, the numbers on the case and numbers on the bottle are not unique to each bottle. They are part of a batch, so they are batch numbers. So I have no idea how many bottles are in the batch. There could be 1,000, there could be 2,000, there could be 5,000. I really have no idea. So it's not uncommon for you to find two Johnny Walker drinks or 10 or 20 or 50 of them that have exactly the same batch number. The number on the bottle and number on the case are not always going to be unique. They will be the same number with the batches. Diageo or their major distributor would know what the right numbers are in terms of how many are made in the batch. So again, that should not be a deal breaker. However, if the bottle number and the one on the case do not align, then there's a problem. Again, I'm making this video purely for educational purposes based on my own experience for someone who takes a lot of whiskey and who creates a lot of whiskey content. I'm not endorsed by Johnny Walker or Diageo by any means. The fact that I have them on the table here as examples doesn't mean that these are adulterated drinks or they make adulterated drinks. This just happens to be the two examples I have. So that's it. So everything I say here is purely for educational purposes. And you can also go back and do your own research as well. In this particular case now, what would I say to this guy? Saying that, oh, after I've tested these two bottles, I can verify, I can confirm that this is the same drink and it tastes exactly alike, and this is the Johnny Walker Blue that I love so much. Okay, so one of the big flags, one of the first red flags that he also pointed out, I almost missed that out, was that the bottles that he got did not have NAFDAC numbers. Meanwhile, when I compare to the bottle that I have, the NAFDAC number is clearly written there. So why? These two bottles taste exactly the same. It's fantastic. It's the same taste. It's a good Johnny Walker Blue. But one has a NAFDAC number and one doesn't. What's going on? Okay, so let's start from the basics. Typically, when we say, when we look at drinks in the market, we should always look at drinks from let's call it three different positions. The one, which is the legit one, is when an importer or a distributor or a manufacturer is the one that is legally allowed to bring in particular drinks into the market. He brings it in through the right channel. He takes it to NAFDAC, he takes it to SUN, they verify the quality of the drinks, and they assign him a NAFDAC number. Meaning this distributor, this manufacturer, this reseller is the one authorized to bring in the drinks. He has paid certain fees to NAFDAC to get the drinks endorsed. The NAFDAC number is stamped on the bottles or represented in any way whatsoever. What this means is that when you go to the market and you go buy an alcoholic beverage, it could be Johnny Walker, it could be NSC, it could be any of the Pernod Ricard drinks, it could be Casamigo, what have you. If it carries the NAFDAC number, you're pretty much guaranteed to a large extent, if the bottle isn't reused, that what you are getting is the original drink. That's one. That is the best practice. The drinks that come into the market through the right channels, that the proper import duties are paid, brought in by the authorized person that is allowed by the manufacturer to bring in those drinks, and has gone through all the regulatory processes to ensure that they also get their NAFDAC number. That is the main importer, that is the main drink, that is the recognized drink that is legally allowed to be sold in Nigeria. Now that's one. There are two more. The second one is what we call in Nigeria, in this space, the gray or parallel market. What do I mean? It means some importer who has identified there is an opportunity in this particular space decides to import the same drink, at times the same quality, at times quality may differ, from the same manufacturer, but from another market. That market could be a market that borders Nigeria, like Benin or Cotonou or Cameroon, or it could be as far off as Dubai or Brazil, what have you. This businessman identifies an opportunity in that space. Oh, I'm able to bring in this particular drink into the market. I won't take it to NAFDAC. I won't go through the other processes, meaning that at the end of the day, when I sell my products will be cheaper. So that's gray or parallel market. So this importer brings in the product, is not legally supposed to sell, is not legally allowed to sell that particular drink or product in the market, but that drink is not fake. That drink is gray, and that drink is a gray market drink or is a parallel market drink. It is not a legal drink. If the NAFDAC operatives come and find your store selling those drinks, or you find you as a distributor, NAFDAC will carry away all your drinks. They could lock you up, they could fine you, they could close down your business. Not legally allowed. But in Nigeria, this is Nigeria, a lot of people still sell those drinks, gray market drinks. So gray market drinks are not entirely fake in the true sense of the word, but they are not legally allowed to be sold because NAFDAC has not vetted them, SON has not vetted them, they haven't paid the right duties on it. Those drinks are in Nigeria illegally, and there are quite a lot of them. So when you buy a bottle of drink, turn it around, check it, make sure there's a NAFDAC number on it. If there's a NAFDAC number on it, you're good. That's coming from the proper channel. If there is no NAFDAC number on it, that means, yes, that might be a gray or parallel market drink, which doesn't essentially mean it is fake. To a large extent, most of those drinks are still suitable for consumption, but NAFDAC has not tested it, so you are drinking at your own peril. My advice is, whenever you want to buy a drink, you always need to ensure that whatever drink you are buying or purchasing has the NAFDAC number and it is coming from the right source. Now, that's two. So, we've spoken about the original drinks from the proper channels. We've spoken about drinks that are coming from the gray or parallel market. Thirdly is the real, fake, adulterated drinks. I would estimate there are as much as maybe 5 to 10% of those drinks in the market. One has to be very, very careful. Because at times fake drinks are made in a particular region in Nigeria. They put in, different things, depending on what drink you're making, different mixes. Some will put in, for instance, if you're going to make a cognac, you're going to put in maybe like 30% of a more cheaper cognac, and you mix in maybe 2 or 3% of the actual drink itself. Then you add a couple of other liquids, and pretty much not safe for consumption. So fake also comes in different levels. Another example I would use for a fake would be like a John, let's call it a particular drink like a John Julio, the 1942, which necessarily should cost you maybe in Nigeria between 3 to 3.5 or even 4 million naira. It's a tequila, but it's been said that it tastes very similar to the Sierra. The Sierra tequila cost less than 300,000 naira, I think. So some guys have been known to take the content of the Sierra and pour into the Don Julio bottle 1942 and resell it, and they make crazy ridiculous margins. Very unethical practice happens a lot in the clubs as well. They are not really giving you the value for money. They are giving you fake drinks in the guise of original. So that's the way that one works. So when it comes to fake is the one that I will tell you 100% is not suitable for consumption. It's either somebody has mixed a substandard, cheaper variant of another drink to bottle it in the original bottle, or someone has just taken some mixtures and added them together, and you get a big mess. So those are the three: the original, the grey parallel market, and the actual adulterated drinks. If you need to buy one, you always should be buying number one. Number two and number three are not advised because two is not endorsed, not legally in, they are not paying the right, they are cheating the government, they are not coming to the right channels, they've not been certified safe for consumption by the proper regulatory bodies. And three is illegal. Three is illegal to a large extent because you don't even know what goes into those mixes. Some of those things have colorings, elements that are not safe for consumption, and some of those things actually have good, safe liquor, but of a substandard quality, of a substandard variant that even to some discerning taste buds, you might not be able to identify. So 3 levels, and I hope that really helps break it down for you. So how do you ensure that you're buying drinks that are safe for you, alcoholic drinks that are safe for you? I mean, there are so many things. One, like I said, you always have to look out for the NAFDAC number and verify that NAFDAC number is legit. Don't also forget that alone doesn't guarantee that it's legit, because we've been known to take bottles and people sell these bottles with NAFDAC number and they put their fake stuff inside. So that's just one layer, confirming that there's a NAFDAC number, that NAFDAC number is actually genuine. Some of the things that I see that works for me as well is visually inspecting the bottle and the case. In most cases, you would notice it, I mean, because just the craftsmanship, the kind of quality of work that goes into these original drinks cannot easily be replicated by artisans. But again, that is also changing very quickly in Nigeria. So again, when it comes to drinks, you always have to test them at multiple levels. So one, you've ensured it has a NAFDAC number. Two, you picked up the drink and you've inspected it visually. And three, you also want to look at the capping, the way it is capped, the seal, it has to be tight. There's something about looking at the top, the way it is wrapped, that you would say, no, this one looks like it has been tampered with. Visual inspection is very important. 4, do not buy from the street side alcohol. Do not buy from the street side. Avoid buying from the street side. When you buy alcohol, be very careful where you buy from. Always buy alcohol, always buy liquor from trusted sources. You need to identify certain trusted sources who might be physical stores you go to, guys that are classified as direct representatives of the different importers, or guys that you just pretty much know are genuine. Everybody rates them as being genuine. They could be online stores, they could be physical stores. Always verify, always buy from trusted sources. Super important. 5, cheaper is not always better when it comes to liquor. If a drink costs 600,000 naira, the fact that you are seeing it at 260 somewhere else, doesn't mean you're getting a better deal. One, you might be getting a gray or parallel market product, and two, you could be getting an absolute fake adulterated drink that you have no idea what is mixed in it, and could end up poisoning you. Okay, you do yourself a lot of help when you buy from trusted sources. You confirm that the NAFDAC number is there and that number is legit. You do your visual inspection of the bottle and the case. You do your visual inspection of the cork itself. The way that is presented is always very important. And yes, again, important, you're buying from trusted sources as well. I hope this video helps. I know it's a long one, probably one of the longest videos I've ever made, but I felt it was important based on my friend's experience to create this video, and I hope you guys benefit from it. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear your opinions, your thoughts on the video. Maybe there's something I missed out. Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.